was there, I was working there actually on my own work when they went bankrupt. So I really experienced the moment when they had to shut down and everybody had to go out. There's no company that works in this way. So there's no plan B if they go away.
There was a difficult time in the ceramic world. And I was thinking, how can I survive? When you only make the things you can, everything ends. The design ends, the knowledge ends.
I've always been interested in how you produce in a clever way. That's why I like to think about tables without less waste. But that's also why I like to get my head around how the ceramic industry works, because nowadays ceramics is also extremely expensive. It is a very labor-intensive work. They have an enormous stock of molds because there's all kind of things where costs are involved.
Our main job is to make beautiful things and not to earn a lot of money. I think that is the difference, and that we can put all our love and specialty in this job. We are happy with what we have, you know? We don't want to have a bigger car or something. This is what it is, and we are so happy with it. I think that is also why we survive. I only can survive when I have beautiful designs. So I have to collaborate with them, and I want it. We have the craftsmanship, and you have the design. So, no money. You don't get money of me, and I don't get money of you, but we work together. That's how it became like how it is now. And now, 10 years later, people are coming. A lot of times I don't know them, but now they come for our special craftsmanship.
So we have a very interesting history about making ceramics in Holland. And I think Cor Unum is giving new life, new breath to ceramics in Holland, and also Dutch design in general and Dutch design worldwide. It's really a new age, a new period, and very different way of ceramics.
The first thing is to open your doors, to say, okay, you are welcome and we are going to collaborate. This is free for everybody. Everybody is allowed to see it, and please learn of it, and please take your knowledge and do something with it. Because that is how we can survive as ceramic makers.
When you are visiting Cor Unum, you see in the workshop, you see a lot of different worlds passing, because they work with so many different designers. The craftsmanship is very important, but it's getting more and more difficult to find people that are doing craftsmanship. and are able to do craftsmanship in a good way. But now a lot of people see now that it's very important, because without craftsmanship there is no base. As a designer, you cannot be a full craftsman or craftwoman. It's just difficult, but it's really important to stay close to that people and to the crafts. We are not perfect. And that's what I like in products, that they are not perfect. And it's the same with the vases. The vases are always, they have always something that is not perfect. Because people take it out of the mold, people put it into the oven, people spray it, and they spray it, oh, it's not perfectly, but it's good. And that's the way I want to design and to finish products and to make products.
We create new things and we invent new things by working with designers with new ideas. They bring the new idea and we are trying to make it. And that is the way we work.
People that are making products, and in this case ceramics, that they need also new challenges, because it's for everyone interesting to have a new challenge.
What is very important in my work is knowledge. I mean, how do you gain knowledge? How precise were people, for example, in the 15th century when they developed colors, when they really would find colors by foraging and just invented colors. Yeah, so a lot of the knowledge is also lost because people were not very accurate at these times. So, especially with the natural dyes, we have to find really reliable sources, but then also rewriting, decoding recipes, understanding where people would find plants or different ingredients, for example. So what you see here is part of the collection we developed at Cor Unum. It's called clay reglaze. It's made out of waste clay. In production processes, you always have these waste materials, and they reuse it to make this collection.
She loved the reglaze, and she said, "Can I do something with it?" And there starts our collaboration. I said, "Why don't you use my forms and my molds, and then come with your colors?"
We worked with them, I think, for a year on the palettes, developing color, very referent to my work. Part of their legacy is also sharing knowledge, and I think that they really do that. I have experienced them as a very open social enterprise, very willing and showing also new ways of working together. Because the whole social aspect is major important for them, but also the quality of this handmade true value, how do we value also, handmade qualities.
It's very different for us coming from Australia. It's not the general mentality to be interested in the arts there and creativity and design. So in a community where just your average person is really aware and interested in design, it's a wonderful place to work.
This is actually one of the turning points for our studio. So this was part of what we called industrial atelier. That was going to manufacturers and saying to them, we're going to produce something for you, but we're coming from an artistic point of view. And we want to spend time understanding your processes and what's going on with how you make, and we want to turn that into something beautiful for you. So that's what we pitched to Lotte, and she thought, okay, this is great. And she's so up for creativity and people with energy for it.
They were really open to us experimenting and trying some things which maybe might not have been the most efficient way to produce something. But that is what gave the really artistic outcomes. But then on the other hand, we were able to see, okay, like we now see,
Cross that off, it's not possible.
We now see that slows things down and is a bit difficult, or, so it made the artistic possible, but we learned from that as well. So it's a combination of them really getting in and working, but also being open to the new ideas. That's really unique, I think.
Lotte will never say, no, we can't make it. She will say, well, I see some problems that we have to solve. But we always find a way to solve. Either we adapt the design a little bit, or she looks again at the technique. She will never say, no, we can't make it. It's impossible. The word impossible doesn't exist, I think, in her vocabulary, and also not in mine. It's always being curious and asking yourself, what if I would do that? Or what if I would try that? In a lot of my works, you see a kind of translation. I translate materials, I translate ideas. That's really essential to not stick to traditions, but just be very curious and open.
The beautiful of this design is that Kiki made the model herself. She put it together with sewing machine. So she made it from textile, and textile part came to us and we did make the mold around it.
I wanted to have something that is in a way a little bit more imperfect and also organic, to get a bit more of a human touch feeling to it. And I thought a good way to express that was in textiles. Creativity is more important than knowledge, because it starts with creativity. All innovation starts there, whatever it is. The knowledge comes afterwards. Once you're in it and you understand the basic principles, and you have this kind of warm bath around you like Cor Unum, that's also important, that you dare to make mistakes, that it's not that strict, that people give you the space and the opportunity. that are all the ingredients that make it work in the end and make you get really interested in ceramics and want to do more. It has something magical.
For sure, I think that we work like that in a way that we start with the creativity first and not with the knowledge. The fact that we don't have the know-how sometimes makes it interesting because we go with a totally open view to them and we have this conversation about this idea, and then of course I think it's really important that the specialists there in Cor Unum can tell us what we can try and what we maybe can do differently.
They are really open-minded to work with designers, but also to give the freedom of doing experiments, and that it's more than only producing, but also to think a little bit more about other solutions. In a more open and free way.
We have a searching of so much tiles like this, and it's with red wine, with strawberries, with everything you can imagine from out of the nature, what becomes red. And then also different material like porcelain, stoneware, earthenware, thousands of tiles.
We designed like more a process of coloring, and we think that it's a never-ending story also. So you don't have to make like always a totally new experiment. But there is with this way of coloring, there are a lot of things that we could explore or use, but then in a different way.
They really like to have the conversation and to tell together a story, and I think the research part and all the experimental stuff is an important part of this story.
I think there is something changing now, and people are willing to pay more for ceramics when they know when it's man-made or when it has a story. For us, it's still difficult to find a company who wants to work with our clay, and that's the reason why we do it ourselves.
Because it's so particular, a particular way of producing, but also particular to be able to handle the clay, because every clay has its different own character and attitude. So you need to work with it and adjust yourself constantly.
I think it's like how they pursued and just felt that this is it, and they fought themselves through it. It's what makes them now where they are.
So you have all these different types of clay. When you put them on one pile, you don't have anything. When you say this is from Farmer John and he is growing potatoes, and this is from Farmer Ben and he is growing sugar beets, all of a sudden each material gets a value. So we learned that it's very important when you research or when you collect that you understand where it comes from and that you give each material a value.
It was not like having like the arts against sort of like daily life and commerce against like culture. It really like integrated into an open discussion. They were really interested in the materials. They asked them to bring it. They gave like values to it.
There is a certain amount of handwork that you cannot just ignore. It needs to be there. Whatever technique you're using to make it. But that also, it's like the beauty of the material. It's like really a material you have to work with, you have to interact with. And in our case, you have to adjust yourself constantly on the different clays we're using. And I think that's also fantastic. And you see that back in the end product. Companies like Cor Unum, I think, are very important for designers, young designers and also established designers, to be able to make these really special productions and have a place where you can develop your own ideas and not be like stuck, like either mass produce or either do it yourself.
I think it's really essential to have that really broad culture. We all learn from each other in different ways, whether it's in work or as human.
It's passion, but also from the designers. It's really collaboration. I think collaboration is the main part of creating something. And that's also with the big names and with small names. At the end, it's just that we want to make beautiful things together. Yeah.